Well, good Thursday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open to business and let's wake up the football gods on this thirsty Thursday. The weekend is almost upon us. We are 56 days, 12 hours, 30 minutes, and 10 seconds away from kickoff of the 2023 season. And there's not much going on as far as the Dallas Cowboys. As I've said this year, this is the polar opposite of last year. Last year, it was easy being a Dallas Cowboys YouTuber. This year, things are rather dry. They're dry. There's not a lot to talk about. And that's actually a great thing, that maybe the focus is actually on winning and playing football. We don't have any contract distractions, unlike some of the teams like, the Giants, who may not have, Saquon week number one when they play against us because, hey, he's not happy about the tag. He says the tag is unacceptable. Well, they've got till Monday at 4 o'clock to get a deal done. And it's not sounding like one's going to get done. It could get ugly before it gets better. For the Cowboys, we've got contracts that are being worked on. Dak Prescott at some point. More than likely, these contracts will be done at training camp. We've got Diggs of contract, of course, the most underrated cornerback in the NFL right now, where they literally come up with statistics that we've never heard of before to try and sully his name. We got CeeDee Lamb and, of course, Dak Prescott. And it's got a different feel than it usually does. So we're just basically in a holding pattern for another 13 days, and from then, all hell will break loose. Last night, and I have to say that maybe, is it possible that Skip Bayless does not get back on air? Skip Bayless, man. It really feels like the beginning of the end of him. Last night, Pat McCafee, who once said, "This is not effing ESPN, this is the Pat McAfee show," now is, "Welcome to the ESPYs." Last night did a hatchet job on Skip Bayless. Wow. You have to say he did it his way. Let's listen this morning to what Pat McAfee said.
Sports provides society with so many things every single year. Inspiration. For those moments that are difficult, sports give you something to think about as you keep it moving. This year, obviously, we saw one of the most inspirational things that has ever happened in human history. Ladies and gentlemen, Damar Hamlin is here tonight. Hell yeah. We all watched the situation unfolding on Monday Night Football as Joe Buck and Troy Aikman were trying to navigate the waters, and we all at home feared for the absolute worst. And Skip Bayless was like, "Get that dead body off the field. We got playoff implications on the line." He said it. The tweet's still up. Hashtag delete the tweet, Skip. Come on. But as we watched on, we saw something that we could have never expected. Denny Kellington and the Buffalo Bills training staff, the EMTs, the doctors at the hospital, the teammates, and the will to survive by Damar Hamlin has him here tonight, here at all, and back playing football, running faster than he's ever run before. Absolute dog. I still don't think Skip should put that tweet out tomorrow. I think that was a little insensitive.
Wow. That is literally going for the jugular. Shout out to Pat McAfee for putting it out there and letting us all know that football is beyond just the game on the field, that there are real people behind it. And Skip Bayless, who's seeming to have a hard time finding a co-host, who literally is on a 2-month hiatus. We don't even know if it's going to come back at the end of August. And quite frankly, is your life worse for not having Undisputed on? Do you actually miss it? The thing about society now is people move on rather quickly. And, already it's been a good month. It's been since the NBA Finals. And another month goes by and your habits begin to change. It's hard to go back to what you had before. I'm sure there'll be the, who's it going to be and how's it going to run, how's it going to be, and so on. But to see Skip Bayless literally begging Charles Barkley to be his partner, his whipping boy, his Washington general is actually pathetic. And I can say that you reap what you sow. And Skip Bayless, it's actually about time that you ended up getting some of yours. All right, so like I said, there's not much going on. We'll see what we see during the day today. Rich Eisen, who is all in on the New York Jets, being a Jet fan, believes that all of a sudden they are Super Bowl contenders. We will see them on Hard Knocks. You know what's interesting is they start talking about being on Hard Knocks is like a death sentence. Teams don't win in the playoffs. It's funny because they used to say teams that go on Hard Knocks don't make the playoffs. But they had to change that because the Dallas Cowboys a couple years ago were on Hard Knocks, and guess what? They broke the mold. They made the playoffs. Now, they lost to the San Francisco 49ers in the wild card weekend, but they did what no other team had done. Let's listen to Rich before we get out of here.
Are a team that has a certain level of fascination surrounding it in the National Football League, and you are eligible for Hard Knocks, meaning under the new rules of engagement set forth by the NFL years ago when teams began to view Hard Knocks as a distraction, as a detraction, not just distraction, but it will detract from your ability to win. If you are eligible for Hard Knocks, it means you stink. That you haven't been on it because you're not fascinating enough, and you got to be on it because you haven't won enough, leaving you eligible to be, as Adam Schefter put it today, selected for Hard Knocks. It has been clear. It has been made clear from Florham Park, New Jersey, where the Jets have their home base. They want no part of it. They've wanted no part of it. But they have been selected to serve as this year's team on the HBO hit series that fans love to watch, Hard Knocks, and the Jets report to training camp a week from today. And it's going to be rolling. And all I'm just saying to the Jets is I know you got a potential holdout in Quinnen Williams. I know you got your quarterback that you want to keep under bubble wrap and maybe away from the glare or whatever. And I understand that you're putting it all together. Zach Wilson, sure, you can be funny all you want. But the Patriots aren't being asked to be on
not
here.
eligible.
They're not eligible. I understand. I understand. But when you go out and make the splashiest splash of the non-playing season, Woody Johnson wanted to make a splash. He wanted to go and get a big-time quarterback. He made that plainly obvious as soon as the calendar hit 2023, and they went ahead and did it. You're going to get the spotlight and the glare, and you might as well soak it in. You might as well soak it in. Last time the Jets were on Hard Knocks, it was when Rex Ryan was their coach.
Get a snack.
Yeah. And they were fascinating, and guess what happened?
They made the playoffs, right?
Made the playoffs. They damn near made the Super Bowl. So the Jets have overcome this, if you will, distraction or obstacle before. Now, obviously, it helped to have a coach who welcomed it and loved it and used it and, maybe even basked in it, that's not Robert Saleh. But I think the sooner they embrace it, and now that it is what it is, and you can only control what you can control, they should call up Mike Mayock, who absolutely cleansed the Raiders Hard Knocks in the Antonio Brown year with the helmet and the feet and all that sort of craziness. So I'm excited. I think they should just look forward to it and just get into it.
Embrace it.
And embrace it. Catch the Rich Eisen.
All right. So Hard Knocks with the Jets. All right, good people. We'll be actually going down and working on this kitchen and getting that squared away. And then tomorrow, hopefully, I'll get finished with this kitchen and be headed back to the red brick house as we go ahead and do this slow roll to the NFL season. I'm Mark Holmes, and I appreciate you.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing.